I spend more time searching for things than actually building things. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing a super simple DIY project that's not only easy, it's easy on the wallet as well, and it will completely transform the way your entryway looks. Let's head to the store and buy some wood. The hardest part about going to a hardware store and shopping for wood is finding a cart. So I got this little guy, but I'm going to make it work. These are 1 by 12 by 6 feet. So I think I'm going to grab 3 of them. That should be enough. Having a major brain fart, whether either to go with 3 of these little guys or just 1 of these big guys, which I think should do it, but the problem is I don't think that's going to fit in my 4Runner. Sorry everybody for my math. There's a reason I'm a firefighter. We don't do math very much. I'm not worried if they get dinged up a little bit because that's kind of the purpose. I'm going to make it look all distressed. Coming at you. All right, now that that's all loaded up, there's one thing I must do before I get to building, and that is eat. I am starving. It's almost noon. I'm gonna stop at Chick-fil-A and get some grub. Hey, how you doing? Good. I'm gonna do a number 1, please, with a bottle of water.
Number 1 bottle of water?
Yep.
All right, you're all set.
Sweet, thanks, man.
My pleasure.
All right, I just got home. I ate my food on the way home like a fatty, but here we are. The problem is it started raining a little bit, so I'm gonna unload this stuff before it starts pouring, and hopefully the rain holds off so we can get to work. So this is my front entryway, and this is where the table's gonna go. So now the first thing I'm gonna do is measure how high I want the legs to be. I'm gonna go 36 inches on the height. Now that we got the height figured out with the 2 cut legs here, now it's time to figure out how long we want the top to be. Most likely just gonna go to the edge of the wall here so the closet doors don't bang into it, and then probably run it right up against this trim here. 37 inches. We're in the workshop right now, just to kind of get out of the weather. Right now it's starting to sprinkle and thunder a little bit. This is gonna be the height. What we're gonna do is attach this with some wood glue, brad nails, and trim nails just for some extra support. As long as I can keep these things lined up here, should be all right. One screw in, adjust this so they're all flush. One side's in. All right, so it's standing up good. The trim screws are in. Sorry if I'm talking a little loud. It is absolutely pouring out here. I don't know if you guys can hear that or whatnot. But now I'm gonna put in some brad nails just for some extra security throughout the top. Nice. Holy crap, it is freaking downpouring. So I'm gonna let this glue dry for a little bit, and then I'll come back out in a couple hours and make sure everything's all good. All right, so it's been a couple hours. The rain settled down. I brought the table inside. Now it's time to try to fit it in the little space that I measured it for. Okay, I like the placement. Obviously this is bare bones right now. I don't have any stain on it. I don't have any middle shelves, anything like that, but the overall placement of it, I like it a lot. Cool. Very cool. So now that I got the table kind of in place where I want to be, I'm going to use this scrap piece here, and it works out perfectly because it fits almost right between it. And I'm going to cut some little braces on each side of the leg and attach them, and then attach this little shelf here. And it also will create some stability in the table itself. Let's take a step back here. Now, obviously we got the top shelf, we got that middle shelf. What would you think about a bottom one? Even though I don't technically think I need it, but I think it would make it look a little better. Maybe like a shoe storage area. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below what you would think and what you would do. But for right now, this is the way it's gonna look. Bam. Now I'm gonna start sanding it. First I'm gonna start with 120 to kind of rip it up, get all the hard spots off, and then I'm gonna finish it off with 220 before I stain it. Now that I got this all sanded out, I rounded off the edges and everything like that, so there's no hard edges. It looks really good and smooth. I'm gonna start staining it now with this water-based wood stain. The color is called Special Walnut. It looked pretty good. Hopefully it works well. I've never used this before. Let me know in the comments if you've used this. I just got done with the stain. It's just one coat. I absolutely love how it's turning out so far. I'm gonna let this dry for about an hour, hour and a half, and then I'm gonna put some clear coat on it. What do you guys think about this color? It's called Special Walnut. It's a water-based stain. I freaking love it. It looks so rustic. And like I showed you earlier when I was beating up the top and the sides and everything, look how when you stain it, it makes everything kind of just pop. All those little dents and grooves. Oh my gosh. I'm in love. Let me know what you think down below. All right, so I let this set out for about an hour and a half or so. Everything's dried up. Now I'm gonna put some clear coat on this water-based polyacrylic protective in clear matte. Probably just do like 3 coats, sanding it with 220 in between each coat. Let's get into it. The first coat of clear coat is on. Now we're gonna let that dry for around 2 hours. Then we're gonna sand it with 220 grit sandpaper and then apply a second coat. 3 coats were applied and I've since then moved it into the house. And honestly guys, I cannot get over how good this turned out. I know it was a super simple DIY project, like I said, on a budget, but it turned out way better than I expected. And while that was drying, I ordered this matching mirror from Amazon. I'll make sure to link that mirror down below. And while that was drying, I did some decor shopping to put some cute little knickknacks on it. I'm gonna put those up there now. The first thing that I got was from Target. It's just this giant dinner bowl that I'm just gonna use to put our keys in because we're always misplacing our keys on the counter. And I also got this from Target. It's this scented reed thing. It's like tobacco and vanilla smell, I believe. It smells really good. It just kind of brings a nice warm smell right when you walk in the door. Next, I got this planter years ago, probably about 5 years ago from Michael's, believe it or not. It's this skeleton with moss all over him. Oh my gosh, this thing was like, I think it was only like $5. Make sure you look out for these if you're interested. It's so freaking cool. And then my daughter picked out this flower from our local nursery. She picked it out because Nicole's favorite color is purple. So it fits perfectly right up here. And one more thing I found so far is this little gold tray thing. I got this from Target as well. I just place it right underneath here and it's good for like sunglasses or your wallet or whatever. It just kind of sits right down here out of the way. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Like I told you, it's gonna be a quick and easy DIY project that's not gonna break the bank in the long run. Is it the only way to build something like this? No. Is it the way that I built it? Yup! And who knows, maybe I'll build a version 2 of this with more advanced techniques. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know what you've built. Until the next time.